Today we're going to be showing you how to upgrade the tow mirrors on your 2015 to 2019 GM truck to turn signal and running light. Shown here is going to be our version 2.0, which completely turns off the running light when the turn signal is illuminated. We also have a version 1.0, which dims the running light. In order for this to work properly, the front light on your mirror has to be working as GM originally designed it, which is running light only. If your front light is not currently operational, please check out our website at boostautoparts.com for the correct harness to get that functioning. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and pop this cover out. You can just use a trim tool or a pick, that'll pop off. Now down in the door grab, there's another plastic cover. You're just going to use a pick and remove that. Now we're going to go ahead and remove this trim piece. It's just held on with a couple body clips. You can take a trim tool or just use your hands, kind of work your way around. It'll just pop off. Now you're going to go ahead and remove the 6 7mm bolts. There's one located right there, two located right down there, one down deep inside that cavity right here, and then down at the bottom of the door you can see there's also one here and there. Go ahead and remove these two bolts. Go ahead and remove the two at the bottom. Now be careful with that one, it's kind of be stuck in there, so you may want to use a magnet to grab it. Now after we have those 6 7mm out, we're just going to go ahead and remove the door panel. We'll just use a trim tool, kind of pop the clips out. Now once you get up towards the top here, make sure that you clear this latch. It's actually easiest with these door panels if you pull straight towards you to leave the window seal in there. So what you'll do is you'll just kind of start over on one side and just go ahead and pry out. And then you'll see it'll just unlatch. Again, make sure that you're watching this to make sure that that doesn't break. You know, just step that back inside and then your door panel will be loose. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the door handle latch. To do that, you're just going to go ahead and press down on this right here and then pull back. And then you're going to slide it out towards the side and release the ball. Now in order to unlatch this connector, first you're going to slide this lock down, and then there's a little tab right here. You'll press on that and then that will unlatch just like so. And you can unplug that and then the entire door panel can just be removed. Alright, just go ahead and unplug the mirror connector. There's just a latch on the back side and then it'll just unplug. Now you can see the harness is taped to this little plastic piece. You can just kind of pull it off of that to give you a little more room to work with. Now what you're going to do on this mirror connector is just go ahead and remove the tape. So some of it you'll be able to do by hand. Just go ahead and kind of pull it back. And then once you get as much back as you can with your hand, carefully use a knife. Make sure you're not getting any wires. You're just going to cut back the electrical tape. You just want to get a couple inches to work with, just like this. And here we have the kit from Boost Auto Parts for one side laid out. We're going to go ahead and plug the adapter module into the module itself. There's just a connector, and it'll just snap together. Now with the mirror connector, we're going to be going to the wire which is in slot 1. The slot 1 is in the top left-hand corner, so if you look at this white lock signifies the bottom. So if you look at it from the back, the orange wire is going to be in slot 1, which is in the top left-hand corner. It's a solid orange wire. So what we're going to do is we're going to locate that solid orange wire, and we're going to cut it a couple inches back. And then you're going to go ahead and strip both sides. Now the orientation of this module is very critical. The side with 3 wires is the input, the side with 1 wire is the output. So the output needs to lead up towards the mirror itself. So in this case, this is the output leading up towards the mirror. Again, it's an orange wire. We're going to place it into this butt connector, which is the orange output on the Boost Auto Parts dual function module. And we'll go ahead and crimp it down. And then the other end of the orange wire, which is coming out of the connector, is going to be the input. So there's an orange wire on the input side. We're going to go ahead and place that into the butt connector. And we'll go ahead and crimp that down. Now we're going to be installing the T-taps. You're going to be installing 2 T-taps. The first one is going to go onto slot 5. So orange was in slot 1. Slot 5 is going to be in the same row, so the top row, one over from the right. It should be a black with a white stripe. So we're going to go ahead and take the T-tap, place the wire into the jaw, fold it over, and squeeze it until it clicks. Then we're going to take the black wire, the black input wire, and slide it into the T-tap. So you want to make sure that the metal goes directly into the T-tap and that it's latched all the way forward. After that, we're going to be tapping the turn signal. The turn signal is going to be located on pin 13. That's going to be in the same column as the orange wire. So orange is in slot 1. Slot 13 is 2 below the orange, so it's going to be in the bottom left-hand corner. It should be a red wire with a blue tracer. So you're going to locate that red wire with a blue tracer. You're going to take your T-tap, you're going to go on to that wire, fold it over, and it should click. After you feel it click, again making sure that the metal slides directly into the T-tap, you're going to go ahead and slide it forward just like so. So just to recap, we have the blue wire tapping onto the red wire with blue tracer in slot 13. We have the black wire tapping onto the black wire with white tracer in slot 5, and then we intercepted the orange wire and have the input leading in the 3-wire side coming from the mirror connector, and the output going back up into the mirror. Now the 2 butt connectors are shrink wrap butt connectors, so we'll just go ahead and take a heat source and shrink those down. Afterwards, we're just going to go ahead and take some electrical tape. You can kind of just fold this up back onto the harness. I'll just take some electrical tape and kind of clean the install up a bit. And just go ahead and plug it right back in. So now before we put the door panel back on, we're going to go ahead and do a quick functionality test. They should still work as running light as they were originally before. And then when the turn signal is activated with the running light on, it should switch to a flashing turn signal with the running light turning completely off. And then when the turn signal is turned off, it will return to a full intensity running light. Additionally, if the turn signal is turned on with the running light off, it will flash just like so, and then return to the off position with the running light off. Now I'll start by putting this connector back on. That'll just slide right up into there. Then once it slides up, you can go ahead and just push it in, fold the gray latch back, and then slide the lock forward, just like that. We'll go ahead and put the door handle back on. Just put the ball in there, pull straight back, make sure the cable goes through the guide, and slide it back forward. Now to put the door back on, we're going to start by getting the lock lever straight through this, right over here. Just kind of guide it down. Once that's in, you want to go ahead and line everything up. You want to snap the top window seal in. To do that, you'll just go ahead and push on it. You'll feel the clips go in. And you'll just continue working your way around the door panel, getting all the trim clips in. Now we're just going to go ahead and put the 7mm bolts back in. Just want to snug these up. And you'll just go ahead and put these 2 bolts back in. Then you'll go ahead and put these 2 bolts back in. Now for the last 7mm bolt, it's difficult to get it in there, so we find it's easiest to just dip it in a little bit of grease in the head so that it sticks to the socket a little bit. So now that it's holding because of the grease, we'll just go ahead and put that last bolt in. Go ahead and put this dust plate back on, as well as the one right down here. So with this one, you want to latch it forward and then it'll snap down. And you're going to go ahead and put this trim piece back on. Now sometimes these clips will stay in this plastic right here. If that happened, you want to remove the clips and put them back on this piece. So you have these alignment tabs up at the top. You'll go ahead and start by just going ahead and getting all those in, and then this should just snap on. And just like that, your installation is complete. To get the parts shown in this video, check us out at boostautoparts.com. Boost Auto Parts offers a wide range of tow mirrors, parts, and accessories for your GM truck and SUV, as well as mirrors that are pre-wired with the modifications showed in this video. Check us out, boostautoparts.com.